Okay, I'm Shamiso, and today I'm joined by the Billy Ricky bomber, George Liddard. George, how are you feeling?
I'm excited. Friday night couldn't come soon enough. Been grafting now for a good 6 weeks for this camp, straight off the back of my last fight. So we're ready. We're better than ever, and I'm ready to put on a dominant performance.
Okay, one of the most active prospects in the game at the moment. Obviously, this is your second headline fight. You're dressed for the job. How are you feeling? How are you feeling against a big opponent?
Yeah, look, first time headlining out on the huge boxing show in December just gone. Now first time headlining a matchroom card. You know, I have to show up, represent the Essex boys. You know, turn up all suave and that. But yeah, no, look, I've got a good test ahead of me. Good domestic test. I think this is, you know, an English title level fight to push on now for British level. Obviously, Commonwealth silver on the line Friday night. Derek's going to be a tough test, but I look forward to passing it with flying colours.
Okay, so let's just talk a bit about last year. You had a massive year, very active. You are now 10 fights, 6 KOs. Tell me a bit about how that year shaped for you. I feel like you've really grown into the boxer that you want to be.
100%. I think, you know, we started the year last year in Vegas. I think, you know, I was still a boy at that time. I hadn't quite matured. I think Vegas turned me from a boy to a man. You know, we went into a deep camp out there, and it was tough spending a lot of time away from my family for the first time. And, you know, the other side of the ocean, you know, I was over in America, in LA, very different. But we got the job done. We beat an unbeaten American in his own backyard. So I was pleased with that. I weren't too pleased with the performance. I think I could have boxed a little bit better, but you learn from those. And as you've seen since, I've put on some spiteful performances. So yeah, really matured this year. And 2025, you know, I feel like I've got myself in a position of being a contender rather than a prospect now. So I look forward to picking up some straps this year.
Okay, strap season. You're hunting. Okay, let's talk a bit about those spiteful performances. Your last time out, December, first round KO, 92 seconds. You dropped the geezer 3 times. I know you're smiling because it was a very good performance. One thing I say about you never turned down a big fight. Previously, you faced undefeated opponents, then you stepped it up with George Davey, then you stepped it up again with the geezer. It was 29 fights, and now you're stepping up even more with Derek O'Says. Tell me, what does that tell us about you as a fighter? You're a big fight taker, clearly.
I don't fear no man. Listen, I'm a fighter. What am I supposed to do other than fight? I'm not about ducking and diving and all of that. You know what I mean? Get me the best fights, and if it makes sense, I'm there. You know, I want to pick up as many belts as I can this year, and I want to be in some big fights. I genuinely believe I was born for this. You know, I'm a fighting man, so why am I going to turn a fight down? It don't make no sense to me. I'm ready.
We like the sound of that. This is the first time you've never gone the full 10-round distance. Is that something you want to get? A bit more of the rounds, a bit more walking people down, or are you just a big finisher?
Listen, you don't get paid overtime at the end of the day. As long as the man's in there, he's dangerous, you know. So if I can get him out of there, I get him out of there. If I do the 10 rounds, I do the 10 rounds, you know. All that matters is that I look back and I've won that fight. So that's all that matters to me. But I'm sure, you know, we'll put on a spiteful performance come Friday night again, and I'm more than ready.
Okay, so let's touch a bit about your opponent, Derek O'Says. This is a geezer who's very used to the domestic scene. He last fought Denzel Bentley, and he's previously fought Tyler Denny. And obviously, do you see this fight as a bit of a measuring stick for you? Because you've obviously mentioned you want to knock on the British title door. Denzel Bentley is currently the British title holder. So if you beat this guy, what does that tell us about you?
Listen, I'm more than ready for these nights. I'm more than ready for the big fights. This, like you say, Derek's got 2 good losses, as you say, and he's also got a decent win over Kieran Conway. So listen, he's tested at domestic level, but I genuinely believe now I'm past that. I'm ready to prove that I'm already British champion level, 100%, and Commonwealth title level, and I'll be standing here within a few fights British and Commonwealth champion, mark my words. So for me now, it's just deal with the guys that are in front of me. Friday night, we've got a good test. I'll pass it. Pass it. I'm not worried about that. It's just how I do it. So yeah, you could say it's a measuring stick. Every style brings out a different type of fighter. So I'm excited. I just want to get the experience as I go on to the big fights now and the big nights.
And obviously, you would have studied your opponent a bit. How do you see this fight panning out for you?
You know what? I don't do too much studying. I leave that to my coaches. So Tony's a very experienced coach, you know, and I trust what he sees is the right thing for me to work on. So yeah, I'll just trust in Tony, and I trust it. If I turn up the best me on the night, it doesn't matter who's standing in front of me. If they come to fight, they try to box me, it doesn't matter. I'll get the win regardless, as long as I've worked on being the best me come that night.
Okay, and obviously we're not overlooking your current opponent, but let's look to the future a bit. We obviously have mentioned titles. With our British title, Denzel Bentley, his last fight, Brad Pauls, it was a bit of standing in the ring, a lot of trading. Is that something that you're prepared to do, really get into the pocket and fight? Because even if you haven't had the chance to really go against somebody like that.
I'm not afraid of a fight. That's one thing a lot of people say about me. I get stuck in. tear-up's a tear-up. I'm ready.
Okay.
I can box, I can have a tear-up. It doesn't matter to me. I'm ready to go into the deep waters. You know, how we train in the Tony Sims's gym, we're 15-round fighters. You know, we're not worried about going the distance. And I'll show that. When the time comes, which it hasn't obviously yet. I've had a good couple tough 6-round tests, you know, a couple tough opponents, but I'm ready to go into the deep waters now in the trenches. Let's do it.
Okay.
I love to fight, so let's go.
Okay, a bit about your gym. Obviously, you just mentioned there that you train with Tony Sims. A very busy gym. Some of your stablemates are on this card with Jimmy Sains. Is there a lot of healthy competition in that gym? Tell me how's sparring been? How's your camp been?
Really good. You know, we get great sparring in. We're quite lucky. A lot of people want to come and spar at the Matchroom gym. Well, I say that. Some people don't because it's very tough. You know, they come to the gym and it's a hard day's work for them. So, but yeah, there's a good healthy competition in the gym. You know, on the morning sessions we all push each other. We're all working really hard. You know, we're all working towards a date. Me, Maisie, and Jimmy. You know, all working towards January 31st. So it's been nice all, you know, on those morning sessions together in the cold winter. You know, pushing each other through at times. So yeah, I think it's a healthy competition in our gym for sure.
Okay. Obviously, George, you're quite a young man. How old are you?
22.
22. You're even younger than me. Crazy. And you have done amazing things so far. You're re-announcing yourself as one of the big superstars in British boxing. Can you give us a message to amateur fighters who want to be where you are? We can see by your mindset that you're hungry. You're always looking for big fights. Tell them a bit about what they need to do to be in a position like you.
I think what it is just dedication. And you know, you've got to be dedicated. You've got to treat this game like it's your life. It's not a job for me. This is a 24/7. This is my life.
Yeah.
You know, I live this. And I think, you know, as an amateur, I was the same. Sometimes I feel like I took things too seriously. I was too worried about losing. It's all experience in the amateurs. Get as many fights as you can. Try win them national titles and go on to do big things in the pros. Don't worry about a loss. A loss isn't a setback. It's a lesson. You know, and you know, that's your apprenticeship for when you get to this level now. And then the stakes are a lot higher. So enjoy the amateurs. Keep working hard. And I have no doubt. Listen, if you believe you can do it, you can do it 100%. And trusting that the plan is for you to make it.
Okay.